So in this video, we are going to be rigging a VTuber avatar from scratch. So we are going to be applying the armature. We are going to do all the weight pins. We are going to make sure it's rigged properly. We are going to do all the shape keys and stuff. Then we are going to do all of the optimizations and then get it into Unity, do all the settings, convert it into VRM, do all the VRM settings, and then convert it into a .vrm file to use in a program like VC Face or any VTuber program. And we are also going to be testing if the VTuber model is working, and then we are also going to be testing the model. So let's get started. So first thing first, we need to download the VRM add-on in order to make sure the rig is working correctly. So armature is the first thing we'll need. People usually go for Moazzam, but in my case I use the VRM armature itself. To get a VRM armature, you gotta download the VRM plugin. If you don't have the VRM plugin, just follow along. Type in VRM Blender add-on. I'm also gonna be giving the link in the description. So there you go, we got a GitHub link. I'm gonna click on it and then I'm gonna download the add-on. In my case, it's already downloaded, so I'm gonna cancel. So here in Blender, you gotta go to Edit, Preferences, Add-ons, Install. You gotta select the add-on and then install add-on. After installing it, you're gonna type in VRM here and then you gotta make sure the add-on is checked. Now if you press Shift A, go to Armature and then go to VRM Humanoid. So we got an armature here. You can go to armature properties. You can go to object data properties, viewport display, and then check in front. Now we are going to be making some changes into this armature. The first thing I'm going to do is go to edit mode and delete this root bone over here. I'm going to hit delete and then bones. So once it's deleted, I'm going to align the foot bones first. I'm going to press 1 on my numpad. I'm gonna go to side mode by pressing 3. I'm gonna grab the toe here. I'm gonna make sure the x-axis is turned on. I'm gonna press G and then Y. And then I'm gonna press G and then Z. So I think it's looking pretty nice here. I'm gonna select the start of foot bone and then I'm gonna drag it here. Now I'm gonna select the head of the lower leg. I'm gonna press G and then place it on the knee. Wow, I just rhymed. Lastly, select the upper leg. Actually, I'm gonna select the head of the upper leg. I'm gonna press G and then place it between the thigh and the hip, somewhere here. Okay, so now we're gonna press 1 on the numpad to go to front mode. Front view. I'm gonna press G, move it to the center. I'm going to select the knee, I'm going to press G, and then I'm going to select both of these bones right here. I'm going to select both of these bones right here. I'm going to press G and move it here. I'm going to make sure it's properly aligned, and I think the legs are looking pretty good at the moment. Okay, yeah, so it's working. I'm going to press 3 on the numpad. I'm going to select all of these bones here. I'm going to press G and then Y and move them on the center. Okay, now I'm gonna select this bone. I'm gonna place it here. This bone, I'm gonna place it somewhere here. This bone, I'm gonna place it right here. I'm gonna press 1 to go to the front view. Yep. I'm gonna select the head of this bone and move it here. And this right here is supposed to be the neck bone. So I'm gonna select the head of the neck bone and I'm gonna make sure it's assigned properly to the neck. Actually, these hand bones are annoying at the moment, so I'm gonna select all of these. I'm pressing C to go to circle select. So I'm gonna select all of these. I'm gonna press G and then X to move them away. So I'm gonna move the whole neck and the head bone a little backwards. Yep, I think it's looking good here. And same for this bone, somewhere here. This one too. Okay, nice. Lost this one, I guess. Yep. So now I'm gonna set the neck bone into a right position, and then I'm gonna select the head of the head bone. It rhymed again. I'm gonna press G and then Z and move it somewhere here. Okay, looking pretty nice. And these right here are eye bones, and these are also necessary. And the VRM armature do give us eye bones, while the Moazzam armature doesn't give us eye bones. So this armature is pretty cool. So setting up eye bones is a little bit tricky. We need an origin of the eye So we are gonna first select an origin, and then we're gonna place the eye bones on that origin. So I'm gonna go select the mesh. I'm gonna go to edit mode. I'm gonna select the whole eyeball here. I'm gonna press dot on the numpad. Okay, and then I'm gonna press 2, or you can go to edge mode from here. I'm gonna select alt and then click here to select this whole edge loop, and then I'm gonna press shift S and cursor to select it, and there we go, we got a nice origin right here. Now I'm gonna select the left eye bone. I'm gonna press shift S, selection to cursor, and boom, it's on the correct point now. Okay, so I'm gonna press shift C to reset the origin to its original position. Shift C. Okay, I'm gonna press 1 on the numpad to go to front view. Okay, you need to make sure that you save your files. I'm gonna select all of the arm bones. I'm gonna press G and then get it to this position. Nice. Okay, I'm gonna select the shoulder, left shoulder bone. I'm gonna press G and then X to get it somewhere here. Okay, I'm gonna go to front view, and I'm gonna make sure it's right on the shoulder somewhere here, and then I need to press and then I'm gonna select this corner. I'm gonna press G and then Y. It needs to be somewhere here. So these are supposed to be collarbones. Okay, nice. So I'm gonna again press 1 on the numpad, and then I'm gonna assign some of these bones onto the correct position. The rest is supposed to be a bit longer, so I'm gonna scale it. Okay, nice. So I'm gonna move these bones backwards. I'm gonna press G and then Y on the keyboard. So now I think the elbow and the shoulder is assigned correctly. You need to make sure the elbow is pointing a bit outwards. It will be necessary in arm tracking. So then I'm going to select the end of the wrist bone, G and then X to move it backwards, G and then Z to move it on the center. Then we need to make sure that its snap mode is on, and we got to change the mode to volume. After that, I'm going to select all the thumb bones. I'm going to press G, boom. Now if I select end of one bone and press G, it's gonna be moved to the center because of this option right here. I'm gonna do this for all the finger bones. Okay, so now it's nicely done. What I'm gonna do next is select the mesh and then shift select the armature. I'm gonna press Control P, and then I'm gonna press with automatic weights. It's gonna take some time, so I'm gonna skip the process. Okay, so it's done. I'm gonna save it, and then I'm gonna check if it's working correctly. Yes, I think it is working correctly. Yep. And these are the best fingers. Yes, it is. Yeah, so the weight paints are perfect now. In my case, the model is rather simple, but in your case, the model might be complex. So if the weight paint is not going perfectly for your part, you can join my Discord server and contact me there, and I'll get back to you as soon as possible and help you out. Okay, so I need to show you something. So here's the eye bone. So as you can see, the eye bone is moving the whole face. What I do is a simple workflow, and I'm gonna show you to solve this issue right here. What you need to do is go to edit mode on the mesh, press A to select the whole mesh, press A to select all of the faces, and in the vertex group type in I, and here we got IL and IR. I'm gonna select both these groups and press remove. And then now if we go onto object mode and select the eye bone, we can see nothing is moving now. Nice. So now I'm gonna select the mesh again, go to edit mode, and then I'm gonna turn off X-ray. I'm gonna select the left eye. I'm gonna select the left and right eye, and then I'm gonna go to the drop down menu. I'm gonna click on remove from all groups. So once done, I'm gonna select the left eye. I'm gonna select the left eye vertex group. I'm gonna press assign, and then same for the right eye. And now if you go to pose mode, you can see the eye is moving perfectly now. Okay, perfect. So let's move on to shape keys now. So when it comes to shape keys, there are two type of groups. So first group consists of really simple shape keys, like really simple just for speaking and stuff. And then the second group is like really advanced, and it is much more better. So in the second group of shape keys, you can track the pupil of your avatar, you can track eyebrows, you can track the whole mouth, and you can basically track everything. So I've just created a mini course on shape keys, and that is the only course you will need to animate your face without rigging. So by watching that course, you will be able to create amazing shape keys, and you will be able to track eyebrows, eyes, pupils, and every part of the face of your avatar. The link of that course is given in the description. By accessing Udemy from a brand new account, you can get up to 80% discount as well, and it's a really cheap and mini course, so you can learn everything in just 30 minutes. I would highly suggest you get that course if you are serious about getting an amazing VTuber avatar rig. But I'm also going to be showing you how to create the other group of shape keys, which is used for basic tracking. So let's get started on the basic shape keys first. I'm going to hide the armature. I'm going to select the mesh, and the shape keys, I'm going to create a new shape key. It's called bases, and you don't need to touch this one. You got to create another shape key. I'm going to name it A. I'm gonna press tab. I'm gonna select the center face of the lower lip of the avatar. You need to make sure proportional editing is checked, and you also gotta make sure connected only is checked. I'm gonna press G and Z to move them out downwards. I'm gonna shrink the circle of proportional editing by using scroll wheel of my mouse. And I think it's looking pretty good here. Now I'm gonna select the lower teeth. I'm gonna press G and then Z to move them downwards. I'm gonna select the tongue and I'm gonna move it downwards as well. And boom, I think it's looking good. So this is the only Wiseme I'm gonna be showing you in this video, but if you want to get really high quality mouth tracking, you can check out the course. Next shape key I'm gonna be creating is an eye blink. So I'm gonna name it blink. I'm gonna hit tab to go to edit mode. I'm gonna select the center edge of the top eyelid for both eyelids. In the course I showed you how to create both eye blinks separately so you can also wink, but in this video I'm only gonna be showing you a single blink. So I'm gonna press G and then Z to move them downwards, and I think it's looking good here. Okay, nice. I'm gonna unhide the armature. So now as the model is ready, I'm gonna be creating a new Unity scene. I'm gonna be going to Unity Hub and hit new project. I'm gonna be using 2019.4.31 F1. I'm gonna name my project VRM tutorial. I'm gonna hit create project. Okay, so now the Unity scene is loaded. Next thing you need to do is import the VRM project file. I've given the link of that project file in the description. You can download it for completely free. So once you download the VRM Unity package, you're gonna drag it and drop into the assets folder of Unity. I'm gonna hit all and import. VRM package is also loaded. I'm gonna go back to my Blender file. I'm gonna save the file. I'm gonna press A and I'm gonna make sure the armature is highlighted. I'm gonna go to File, External Data, Pack Resources, then File, External Data and Pack Resources, and then Use Files in Current Directory. So once it's done, I'm gonna go back to my Unity and I'm gonna create a new folder. I'm gonna be calling it our VRM avatar. I'm gonna go back to the Blender file. I'm gonna go to File, Export, FBX. I'm gonna go to the folder we just created, and we need to do some settings. I'm gonna show you all of the settings we need to do. So change the path mode to copy, check embed textures, check limit to selected objects, uncheck empty, camera, lamp. Go to armature, uncheck add leaf bones. I'm gonna name it VRM avatar and then export FBX. Okay, so once it's exported, I'm gonna hit save. I'm gonna go to my Unity file and I'm gonna let it import. Once the import is done, I'm gonna select the file. So we need to do some settings here. I'm gonna go to materials tab. You need to change the location to use external materials, and then go to rig, change animation type to humanoid, go to model, make sure legacy blend shape normal is checked. You do not want to miss this one, please, and then hit apply. I'm gonna hit fix now. So the model is all black now because it got the textures. I'm gonna drag it into the sample scene. I'm gonna double click, but right here you can see it's working perfectly except the eyes. So in case of eyes, I'm gonna expand the VRM avatar. I'm gonna go to my mesh, and as you can see, the cornea is transparent in this case. I'm gonna change the mode to opaque. I'm gonna do the same for the other one, and it's looking all nice right now. Okay, perfect. I'm gonna hit save. So I'm gonna create another folder. I'm gonna name it VTuber, and then I'm gonna be copying the path. After that, I'm gonna select the FBX file here. I'm gonna go to VRM, Uni VRM, export humanoid. You gotta name the author, so it's Moazzam. Export, paste the path, name your avatar. I'm gonna be naming it Ready. Okay, then I'm gonna hit save. I'm gonna let it load. It takes some time. Okay, so there you go, we got the avatar. I'm gonna drag it into the sample scene as well. I'm gonna hide the previous FBX file, and there we go. So now we need to do some settings here. You can put any title here. I'm gonna put ready. For the version, I'm gonna put 1. You can put contact information or reference if you want, and you can also assign a thumbnail. In my case, I don't usually do so. For the license, you can leave it as it is, and then I'm gonna close it. So VRM humanoid description. In the avatar, I'm gonna assign our VRM avatar. In the animator, you're also gonna assign the avatar. And in the first person, you can ignore this one. For the VRM look at head script, you can ignore this one as well. For the VRM look at bone applier, I'm gonna go and expand the left eye, and then left eye is already applied, and for the right eye it's already applied as well, so I can close it. I'm gonna hit save, Control S, and then here I'm gonna go to blend shapes. Okay, so here as you can see, there are a lot of shape keys, including the expressions, facial expressions like joy, angry, sorrow, and fun. And we are also gonna be creating eyebrow shape keys, pupil shape keys, and all of the facial shape keys. If you happen to buy the course, the link of that course is given in the description. And once you are done with all of the shape keys, I have also shown in the last lecture on how to set up all the shape keys here. But in case if you don't want to get the course, I'm gonna show you how to assign the basic shape keys we got here as well. So we are gonna go to A, and I'm gonna assign the A shape key. You can check the preview here. I'm gonna go to blink, and then I'm gonna assign the blink shape key. Okay, all nice and ready to go. But again, I would say these are really basic shape keys, and if you really want to get high quality tracking, you can get the course by clicking the link in the description. And if you create a brand new account on Udemy from a new device, you can get an 80% discount as well. So I'm gonna save it. I'm gonna select the VRM file. I'm gonna go to VRM. I'm gonna go to Udemy VRM, export humanoid, and then I'm gonna hit export. You can save it anywhere. I'm gonna be naming it ready.vrm. There you go. So hit save, and boom, just wait for it to be saved. Okay, there you go, we got the VRM file ready. You can import it into VC Face and you can use it as you like. So now I'm going to be sharing the test video with you. I'm gonna be sharing two test videos. So one with the basic shape keys and one with the advanced tracking shape keys that we created and showed you how to create in the course. The link of that course is given in the description. Okay, so now we're gonna test with the basic tracking. Let's test with the advanced tracking that we showed you in the course now. As you can see, the advanced tracking is looking much better. So if you want to make your avatar track like that, you can get the course. The link of that course is given in the description. If you are facing any issues, you can contact me on Discord. You can also message me on Instagram. I'm gonna see you in the next video. Have a great one.